Edo State residents at Aurora community in the Ikpoba-Uka local government area of the state on Thursday invaded a residential warehouse and commercial truck where bags of rice funded by Nigeria government were stored, took away the yet-to-be-distributed government palliatives on day one of the ongoing nationwide EndBadGovernance in Nigeria protest. Edo State government in a press statement on Thursday said that the bags of rice taken away by some residents in the state were meant for selected people he described as vulnerable persons in the state and was funded to be distributed through Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Edo State Chapter. All Progressives Progress APC members in the state had accused the state government of holding the bags of rice given to him by federal government for onward distribution to the Edo people as part of measures to address the hunger biting hard on people in the state, which is the root cause of the EndBadGovernance protest that started across the country on Thursday. CAN in a video press statement said that the first batch of the bags of rice palliatives started earlier this year in the month of May with 1 billion naira funding from the Edo State government, and the second batch of the palliatives were funded with another 1 billion naira by the state government. The chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Edo State Chapter, Apostle Irekunwo Omuike, said the invaded residents where bags of rice were looted by hoodlums in Aurora, in Ikpoba-Uka local government area of Edo State, is owned by a vendor contracted by the Edo State CAN Implementation Committee for the Christian Feeding Program. He stated that the Christian Feeding Program, which is in its second phase of distributing relief materials to vulnerable Christian group, was funded by the Edo State government with 2 billion naira. According to him, there is a very important issue to correct a wrong notion that is circulating that the rice being distributed by the state government is rice supplied by the federal government and rebagged. This is misinformation. It is a very wrong notion that needs to be corrected. Meanwhile, the state government in a press release signed by the Commissioner of Information and Orientation, Chris Nehikare, said the Edo State government has received information about the looting of bags of rice from unidentified truck and private residences in parts of Benin City in the wake of the EndBadGovernance protests. The videos making the rounds are said to have emanated from the Aurora axis of Ikpoba Hill, Benin City, and government does not have a warehouse in that location. The government supports the vulnerable with relief materials through religious organizations, particularly the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, and the Edo State Muslims Pilgrim Welfare Board. The state government does not keep any relief material by itself but reaches out to the people through these channels. We will not put this tactic past the All Progressives Congress APC, which is spreading malicious content to score cheap political points. This condemnable action is intended to cause chaos in the state, and the APC is discouraged from such a global practice. The public is enjoined to disregard the malicious message that these people are trying to send with the video. We want to once again urge protesters not to attack or destroy the property of others as they go about their demonstration in a peaceful and orderly manner.
Look at, this thing is happening at what was it called? Aurora, Aurora, this is where it's happening, Aurora. Behind Better Faith Secondary School in Benin City. This is happening here now, live in Aurora, Aurora, behind Better Faith Secondary School. It's happening here now. Look at the rushing. Look at the gambling. This life was meant for the people. They are just a government to share it. Look at it. Look at it. It's just happening live now. Yeah, happening live. Happening live. This government is wicked. I don't say government is wicked. Look at it. This already is supposed to be shared to the people. They didn't share it. They went to have the talk here behind Better Faith Secondary School. Yeah, no, that. Look at it. Look at, they are scrambling for rice. They are scrambling. This government is wicked. Every day, they say Tinubu. Look at it. This is happening in Aurora, behind Better Faith Secondary School. They came here, they had the truck here, and the truck was full of Edo State property, rice, bag of rice. Edo State government refused to share this out to people. So people are taking it, they are taking it into their hands. The people are taking it into their hands. They are sharing rice. They are taking law into their hands. Look at them. Survivor of the fittest. This is survivor of the fittest, yes. Look at it, oh. Every day, Tinubu. If what Tinubu have did, just say not compliment it, people will not suffer. Look at it. Look at people scrambling for rice. Scrambling for rice. Look at it.
What happened this morning? This rice are being contracted out to logistic company that help to circulate it. Now, the circulation has been on. Even as at yesterday, people received consignment of this rice. However, just yesterday, when one of the truck was supplying down from Ekpoma, it had an issue of breakdown. There was a vehicular breakdown on the way. So as at 8 a.m. this morning, I received a news that over 200 trucks have successfully supplied, but one of our truck had a breakdown. And they just arrived near us at 8 a.m. as a result of the breakdown on the way, tire issue. So I gave an instruction to the logistic guy that is supposed to help us supply this rice to 7 Days Adventists, Latter-day Saints, vulnerable children, orphanage, widow and all. I told him, you cannot be supplying rice during protest. We are already at risk. We wanted to prevent this. However, I haven't gotten to this point. Find a safe keeping, somewhere to keep it safe, so that as soon as the protests die down, everything returns to norm, the supply can continue. It was an attempt for them to save the rice. Incidentally, they had to contact one of our rice vendors. Like Mr. Chairman was saying, we interviewed different local rice vendors from Edo State, and we sourced this rice from the local market. So one of the rice vendors who have one of our places, our house where she usually do the rebagging, because they have to buy a 50 kg bag from the market and rebag into our 10 kg. It's not a secret thing, it's an open stuff that has been ongoing. Security agents and others are aware. So I had to call the rice vendor and say, please ma, this truck just arrived because of vehicular breakdown last night, 8 a.m. I would not allow them distribute rice while protest is ongoing. Please let them keep it at your place. You usually do rebagging there of the rice you supply to us, haven't been approved as one of our vendors. Please, can they keep it in your place for safekeeping? As soon as the protest is over, everything returns to norm, we will now finally circulate it to the different groups that are supposed to receive it. So it took time for me to convince her and say, please. So in an attempt for us to take that rice for safekeeping, that was when the product was attacked by hoodlums. So that was exactly what happened this morning. So where it was is not exactly a government warehouse. It is the warehouse belonging, it is the house belonging to one of the suppliers that supply us rice for this distribution.
There is the very important issue to correct a wrong notion that is circulating, that the rice being distributed by the state government is rice supplied by federal government and rebagged and is being circulated by the state government. This is misinformation. It's a very wrong notion and it needs to be corrected. Much earlier this year, the governor himself met with the Christian Association of Nigeria in this room at the Chancery Office of the Catholic Church and told us that there's the need to reach out to the hungry, the poor, who are bearing the hardship of the economic downturn in the country. He discussed with us that he wants to reach the poor with food palliatives, discussed at length with Christian leaders who were here, including officers of CAN. And immediately after that meeting, an implementation committee for the feeding program was set up in this room, and I'm the chairman of that committee. That was earlier in March this year. Immediately after it was set up, the committee went to work and designed the program to reach the poor with food palliatives. We also had data from the state governments showing the poverty map of the state, where the hungry are located. And it was now our responsibility in the church to determine the churches that are located in those communities through whom the poor and hungry can be reached with food palliatives. And the governor of the state immediately released the first batch of the funding for the program, 1 billion, to purchase rice to be distributed. That was done very, very fast, and in May this year, the food was ready for distribution. In May this year, we flagged it off in the Baptist Convention ground in Benin City here. 60,000 bags of 10 kg rice was distributed in that first batch. It was flagged up in Edo South. 27,000 bags were distributed to local government areas through the churches in Edo South. And in Edo North, we had 18,000 bags. And in Edo Central, we had 50,000 bags. The total that was distributed in that first batch was 60,000 bags of 10 kg rice. That was successfully done. We submitted a report to the government about the success of the program. And the governor was, in fact, before we submitted a report, the governor had this information, he had a way of monitoring. He was satisfied, and he was ready for the second batch. He released another batch of 1 billion to repeat the exercise, to replicate it, so that it can reach the poor. And obviously, it's not the churches that got in the first batch that we get in the second batch. But we replicated exactly the same procedure. We purchased another consignment, distributed it through the structure of CAN again. And this is what we have been doing in this month of July. In the last few days, we have successfully distributed to all the churches in the local government areas. That is, the churches that did not receive the first batch, but again this time, we were able to reach 56,250.
Sazuwa Connect, bringing you the news in a more digital way.